To leave the island is to confront the consequences of their choices. Will they make it out alive? The island's heartbeat slowed as the artifact's light dimmed, its once overpowering presence reduced to a faint pulse. The whispers were gone, leaving an eerie stillness in their place. I stood at the edge of the crater, staring at the spot where Ethan had vanished. The jungle seemed to mourn, the trees swaying gently in an unseen wind, their branches drooping like wilted flowers. The weight of what had happened crushed me. Ethan was gone, consumed by the artifact, and I was alone. Or was I? The faint hum of the shard in my satchel reminded me that the island wasn't finished with me yet. The jungle had parted, revealing a narrow path leading back to the beach. It was time to leave. The jungle was unrecognizable now. The vibrant colors that had once made it feel alive were muted, the air heavy and oppressive. The path twisted and shifted underfoot, as if the island itself was reluctant to let me go. Every step felt like a battle. My body ached, exhaustion pulling at me like an anchor. But the memory of Ethan's sacrifice kept me moving. The shard's glow guided me through the dense undergrowth, its light steady but faint. It felt like a part of Ethan still lingered, urging me forward. "You'd better be watching, Ethan," I muttered under my breath, "because I'm not giving up now." As I neared the beach, the jungle came alive one last time. The trees shifted, their trunks twisting into humanoid shapes that blocked my path. Their eyes glowed faintly, and though they made no sound, I felt their accusation in my chest. "You've already taken everything," I said, gripping the satchel tightly. "What more do you want?" The shard in my hand flared brightly, and the figures recoiled, their forms dissolving into ash. The path cleared, but the island's presence lingered, its silent gaze following me to the shore. When I reached the beach, my heart sank. The boat we had arrived on was gone, the space where it had been now occupied by jagged rocks jutting from the sand. A single message was carved into one of the rocks, the letters glowing faintly in the moonlight. "The island chooses who leaves." I clenched my fists, frustration boiling over. "You can't keep me here!" I shouted, my voice echoing across the waves. The shard in my satchel pulsed, and I felt a strange pull toward the water. The ocean shimmered faintly, its surface unnaturally calm. "You want me to swim?" I muttered. "Fine." The water was cold, its chill seeping into my bones as I waded in. The shard's glow intensified, illuminating the path ahead like a lighthouse in the darkness. But the island wasn't finished testing me. The calm water began to churn, waves rising like hands to pull me under. I fought against the current, the shard's light flickering as if it too was struggling to survive. My lungs burned, my limbs felt like lead, but I refused to stop. "Is this all you've got?" I shouted, my voice hoarse. "I'm not giving up!" The waves relented, and the water stilled. The shard's light grew steady once more, guiding me to a rocky outcrop just beyond the shore. As I climbed onto the rocks, the whispers returned, faint and fragmented. "You have endured, you have proven yourself, but the truth remains." "What truth?" I demanded, clutching the shard. The whispers faded, replaced by a single resonant voice. "The island is not an end. It is a beginning. You carry its heart now. Guard it well." I stared at the shard, its glow brighter than ever. The weight of the island's words pressed down on me, but I couldn't decipher their meaning. The sun rose as I reached the far side of the rocks, its golden light piercing through the mist. In the distance, I saw a small boat bobbing in the water, its silhouette stark against the horizon. Relief surged through me, but it was tempered by exhaustion and grief. I stumbled toward the boat, the shard's glow dimming as if it too was finally at peace. The boat's occupant, a fisherman with weathered skin and kind eyes, helped me aboard without a word. "Where are you coming from?" he asked, his voice gentle. I hesitated, glancing back at the island. It was barely visible now, shrouded in mist and mystery once more. "Nowhere," I said quietly. "Just lost." The boat carried me to a small village on the mainland, its simple wooden structures a stark contrast to the grandeur of the island. The villagers stared as I stumbled onto the shore, my clothes torn and my face haggard. A kind woman offered me water, and a young boy asked where I'd come from. I didn't answer. How could I explain what had happened? The island's secrets weren't mine to share. Not yet. That night, as I sat by a fire in the village square, I examined the shard. Its glow was faint now, but its presence was still strong, a constant reminder of what I had endured. I thought of Ethan, of Marco, of everyone who had set foot on that island and never returned. Their sacrifices weighed heavily on me, but they also filled me with resolve. The shard pulsed once, and a single word echoed in my mind. Soon. As I drifted to sleep, the shard showed me a vision. I saw myself standing on the deck of a ship, the wind in my hair and the shard glowing brightly in my hand. Behind me was a crew, their faces unfamiliar but determined. Ahead lay another island, its silhouette sharp and foreboding against the horizon. The whispers returned, their tone filled with quiet urgency. The cycle begins again.